I'm all good. Yeah, I'm all good.
Ooh, please welcome Zoe Salmon.
I know, and it was only 2 weeks ago, so look, I'm absolutely fine. It didn't hurt at all.
Did you not get hurt in that at all?
No, it looks much worse than what it was, but no, absolutely fine. I recommend it.
Is that the most dangerous thing that you've done during your stint on Blue Peter?
I would say probably yes. I mean, I did jump out of a plane, which was pretty scary, but I think that not only was a scary thing to do, but it was probably the coolest thing I've ever done. Quite proud of it.
Are you naturally a thrill seeker? Do you like doing scary things?
Well, this is the thing. You know, beforehand, being a lawyer, you know, I sat 9 to 5 at my desk, and I never pictured myself as the sporty daredevil type. And that's what I've really loved about Blue Peter over the past 3.5 years. The fact that it's given me the opportunity to do things that I just normally would never have done in a million years.
Could you say no to anything? I mean, would they...
Steady. Well, it's funny because when I first started, I said I would try anything once. So they then developed this strand of programmes for me within Blue Peter called I'll Try Anything Once. So therefore, I couldn't say no to anything. So I'd be absolutely petrified, and I just wouldn't say.
Is there anything that you did that you would never do again?
Well, I can actually now say that there was one thing that I've kept from Blue Peter for the past 3.5 years that I wouldn't do, and that is a bungee jump. If they had have got me to do that, I would have just said no.
No, I wouldn't.
I've done a skydive, and I would do that, but I would never do a bungee jump.
Yeah, there's a fine line, because although I've done the skydive as well, I just couldn't do a bungee jump. It's the one thing I couldn't do.
What an amazing sort of career you've had too. You started out in law.
I know.
And then ended up as a Blue Peter presenter. Was it literally from that step to that step? There was nothing in between?
Nothing in between at all. I just qualified as a lawyer, so I'd done my 5 years, and it coincidentally just came up. I applied for the Blue Peter job, and I got it, so I went straight from being a lawyer to actually presenting in Blue Peter. So it's a bit of a weird step, but I just thought, well, I can be a lawyer when I'm 50, but, you know, I can't be a Blue Peter presenter when I'm 50, so it just was an opportunity that I had to grab right there and then.
You did have a little break, though, in between, because you were a beauty queen as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
Just throw that out, you know.
That was a really good, fun year.
Kind of going off you more and more as the interview goes on.
Beautiful, brainy,
yeah, I can
talented.
be a lawyer when I'm 50.
It's a nice little safety net to have, because of course presenting, it's a very competitive industry. Yeah, it was Miss Northern Ireland 1999, so it was nice to be Miss Northern Ireland over the millennium year. It was brilliant. I took a year out from the law degree, and I just went around and did loads of photo shoots and travelled about, and, you know, did lots of charity things. And
did people give you a hard time about it, saying, oh, you shouldn't be a beauty queen, and, you know, you're letting the side down? And...
Yeah, there is always that side of being a beauty queen that, you know, a lot of people think, oh, it's just prancing about in a bikini.
They're usually very ugly, who'll tell you that.
But, I mean, what can I say? I really enjoyed it, and I took a year out from law to really concentrate on it because I didn't want it to affect my studying. And then I just left it all behind and went on and did the law. So it was just a good, fun gap year for me, really.
So now, what's happening at Blue Peter? Is the food bad or something? Because Connie left, and now Gethin's leaving, you're leaving. What's with the exodus?
I know, well, it's quite strange. I suppose Connie had been there for 10 years, so she felt it was definitely time to go. And with me, well, there'd just been a couple of things that had come in that I was having to turn down because I was working in Blue Peter, and I just thought, well, if I leave, it gives me the opportunity to explore other projects. And when the game show came along, the new show that I'm presenting, I just thought, right, I can't say no to this. I've got to go and do this. It'd be a brilliant thing to do, my own little show. So I just thought it's the right thing to do, to leave now and
You've also got to be really squeaky clean, haven't you, to be on Blue Peter? So, I mean,
boring.
You've got to live a bit, haven't you? Looking like that. She can't.
Yeah.
No wonder she's not a lawyer. She needs to get out there and put it about a bit.
Do you think... Honestly, tell me, this is the woman who's gone from, oh, you can't beat a nice cup of tea.
I don't look like that. That's what I mean. You've got to get out there and look at you.
How do men respond to you?
Your daughter. Get out and put it out a bit.
No,
would that be your advice to me?
No, I'll be saying get your twin suit on and get back to that lawyer's desk.
You're a beautiful looking woman, and obviously brains, but you've got that Blue Peter presenter image. So are men sort of a bit intimidated by that, or a bit shy about asking you out?
I don't know. It's hard to say. You always get, you know, the drunk men that will just come up to you anyway. But it's hard to say if I put men off or not. I mean, look, I always say it's just a lot of hair and makeup. You should see me first thing in the morning. I look completely different.
Is that a good chat-up line?
That scares them away. Any ones that I don't want to speak to.
Have you ever had to stop yourself from falling in love? We were talking about that a bit earlier on. Sort of met someone and been attracted, but thought.
Well, you see, I always say I can sniff out a chance or a mile away, so I can suss them out before it even gets to the first date stage. When I'm having a chat with them, when I first met them, I would never let someone, I don't know, take me out for dinner or for a drink if I thought, you know, their intentions were bad. And
See, that's your legal training, you think?
you think that? I think that's what it is.
Have you ever upstaged a bride like I did today?
Well, I do remember a friend of mine saying, oh, you can't wear that to the who's ever wedding, you know, you'll look better than the bride. And then my other friend said, well, it's not your fault if the bride's ugly.
Zoe Salmon, everybody!
Sorry, I never said that. That was a friend.
So just about wraps up the first Leaders Woman of the Week, but it's just time to tell her that you'll wish you were here with us tomorrow as Judith Chalmers brings some much-needed sunshine to the show. We'll see you then. Thank you.